Welcome to Everything is Messy, the podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. I'm someone who loves to create content, products, and services to help others level up in business and in life. I even wrote a book about it, and now I have a store. Everything is Messy is a one-stop shop for women who want it and deserve it all. From personal development to productivity, podcasting and publishing, small business strategies to entrepreneurship, and so much more. Tune in every week to enjoy this one-of-a-kind podcast experience and hear fun, fearless, and focused conversations from myself and my incredible guests. From trending topics to stories of resilience and all things business. And let's not forget about a few of my favorites: mindset, healthy recipes, and organizing tips. These episodes are created to get you to where you want to be right now. The purpose of the show is to motivate you, inspire you, and prove to you that anything is possible if you just put in the work. So grab your favorite notebook and pen, because it's time to get organized and turn those dreams of yours into reality. I'm living proof that manifesting and visualizing and having a never give up attitude work. And now it's my job to help you achieve your goals by doing the same, or just to provide some laughs along the way. I'm so glad you are here. Today's episode starts now. Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Everything is Messy podcast. And I am currently recording from the beach. I'm sure you can hear those beautiful ocean waves in the background. This is something different, and I'm doing it for my sanity because I'm about to head to the desert for Super Bowl weekend, and I need my ocean breeze and vitamin D, and I'm watching a million surfboarders right now doing their thing, and it's incredible. And I also just finished listening to a podcast with Ed Milet and Jake Laser, and they kept referencing In the Gray, and it was all about mental health, and it is phenomenal. And it's so ironic because today's episode is a day late because of my mental health. There's just so many things that are happening in my life right now, and I'm an open book, obviously. I share everything, and I just didn't have it in me to record, and honestly, I was all fired up. There's a lot of things happening online lately, and if you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, if you are just hopping on the interwebs to start a brand new business, let me just fill you in on a little behind the scenes glimpse of what you can expect, what maybe you've seen, and what you should be doing as a friend, a family member, a colleague, just in forms of, the algorithm and sharing and checking on your friends and colleagues. And also, etiquette is huge. So just to give you a little glimpse, if you're new here, I have been in the service industry my whole life, from when I was young working in restaurants to becoming a pro makeup artist traveling the world, going into my luxury travel career, which really took my service level up a notch, or 10, I should say. Now I have my own business where I'm creating products and services and coaching programs, podcast development, LinkedIn trainings, literally everything I create, it's because people need it, right? Even my merch line, people are asking me. My audiobook, people are asking me, which I'm going to get into in a minute about that. But everything I do and everything I create is to help people. Excuse me. I think I just swallowed I don't know what. Something's flying around in the air. I've never recorded a podcast outside. So that's the 411 on that. I create things to help people. So when it comes to becoming a content creator, if you are a content creator, there are tools that you need to encompass and bring into your business that I'm going to share with you to help you, huge organization and productivity tip. I have a ton of these videos on my TikTok, but I also want to share that save yourself some time, money, and energy, and just listen to what I'm going to share because it saves you hours. So here's the thing with the algorithm all over social media. It's fucking frustrating. You post something. I have this thing called post and ghost, because unless you're sending me a DM and a message and we're engaging, I'm not spending time on social media just scrolling. I don't have time for that. And I want to spend my time off, sitting on the beach right now. Oh my God, there's a scary looking seagull right next to me. Anyway, so I want you to think about your friends, if you're not online, your friends that create content for a living. I want you to start liking their posts and sharing them on your wall or with other people that you think might really like to see them. I want you to take 2 seconds to just put a name on something if you're sending somebody a DM, if you're pitching them. Here's the thing. A couple days ago, I get these, every single day, I get mile-long pitches in my inbox on LinkedIn. Nobody takes a second to look at my profile. Nobody takes a second to put my name, and nobody takes a second to share anything or engage with me, like before they even pitch me once we have been connected. That to me is so poor in service and in etiquette, and I will never do business with you because I have all these tricks up my sleeve when it comes to pitching and just writing emails and running your business on the go, which again, I have so many videos about this on my TikTok. But if you draft up emails and you have your hashtags in your note section, your emails in your note section, your pitches in your note section, you copy and paste, please put that person's name on it and please engage with them before you start pitching people. It's just rude. Like at the end of the day, business etiquette for like 411 here. Like I will share even more on another episode if you want, but like I feel like this really needs to be discussed because the amount of shit that comes into my inboxes that nobody even adds my name or even looks on my LinkedIn profile. So for example, here's a prime example last week. This woman sent me a message to connect with me on LinkedIn, immediately spams me with a message that has nothing to do with podcast development or book writing, which if you look on my profile, the first thing that you are going to see is my podcast and my book. Why are you asking me if I want to level up my coaching business to 6 figures to generate billions of dollars worth of leads via Google? That has nothing to do with my business at the moment. And if you took 2 seconds out of your day before you pitched me, before you incorporated the LinkedIn sales tool, which is great, but you need to do your research before you start using shit like that because I'm going to delete and block you and I'm never going to answer you. But this one, I was just fired up and I had to answer. So I asked her, do you do podcast development? No, I said, I'm working on podcast development and audiobooks. Do you work with that, like this niche? No, I don't, but I will find somebody who will. That's not what my question was. My question was, like, why are you even bothering me? If you took a second to look at my profile and saw what I did or the last few posts, then I'm extremely active on LinkedIn, you would know that that is not my focus. So don't waste your time and my time. I don't even answer anybody back, and I haven't, but this one just irked me because I've just, like, had it. Like, I love doing business through LinkedIn. I've made the most money in a matter of like literally hours in my career on LinkedIn. And it's because you're building relationships with real fucking people. You're not spamming them in their inbox, like selling them these sales tools and shit that doesn't even make sense for their own damn business. Like, it's just so frustrating. The algorithm is frustrating. Like, I want to spend more time on my website and in my newsletters. That's why I'm spending more time writing. If you are not subscribed to my newsletter, I have one on kellyanngorman.com, everythingismessy.com, and also on my LinkedIn. So I'm constantly writing to thousands of people every week because that's where I get my most engagement. Somebody that creates content and is speaking and writing and posting, like, it's exhausting. There's this thing called writer's block. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it, but we get that as well. But also with social media, it's just so frustrating because these social media, here comes the Navy helicopters. Welcome to my life. Oh, they're flying really low. I've got a seagull to my right, dogs at 2 o'clock, the Navy helicopter at 12, and all the surfers at like 3. This is the life. Anyway, this is why you need to do what you love. Okay, so ending my rant, it just makes so much sense for everyone. If you are in the business of anything on the internet and you are pitching people, do your research. It literally takes 2 seconds to do that. Take a glimpse of their recent posts, add somebody's name, be courteous. Don't come to my LinkedIn, immediately steal my email and blow up my inbox now. It's just so unprofessional. Don't do business that way, period. End of rant. That was what I first wanted to get off my chest. And now I can talk about it and laugh. Yesterday I was so fired up, so it wouldn't have been a very nice show. So second, going back to, if you have friends that are family members and colleagues that are doing business online, or if you're, like colleagues, like it's so nice to just see some engagement every now and then. And, reviews, for example. If you are writing a book, if you are recording a podcast, here's the deal. People that create content always want to grow, right? I have a lot of things on my to-do list. I want to do a lot of big projects in the new year, 2022. And the first thing that people are going to look at are my numbers and my stats. And luckily, being the most organized human on the planet, I have all of that. But what they're seeing is no reviews on my book and no reviews on my podcast. The numbers are great. The reviews are not. The engagement is down. Why is that? It's because people don't take 2 seconds out of their day and help somebody out. You will automatically go to Yelp and look at reviews or write a review. But for your friends that create content, for some reason, you're not reviewing their book or reviewing their podcast. When a content creator is constantly looking at numbers and they're massive, but then the reviews don't reflect, you're like, why? Like, I'm constantly begging. I was giving away $300 commercials for reviews. That's insane. And they didn't even come through. I give away thousands and thousands of dollars worth of product. The downloads are there, but the reviews are not. Like, this is so frustrating for a content creator, especially a podcaster and a writer, when you don't see that. And it's like, why am I even doing what I'm doing? Now I'm going to get really real with you. Hundreds of people have been asking me about my audiobook over the last year. My book was released, the ebook was released October 1st, 2020, the paperback November 1st, 2020. And hundreds of people, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that, have asked, when is the audiobook coming? When is the audiobook coming? You know, a podcast isn't enough because I'm not reading it verbatim from the book. Have I received one sale for the pre-sale? No. I'm like dead serious, not one. So on what, like, my thought process is, why am I even putting in all this work? A normal author would have had to invest at least $3,000 to get an audiobook done. Fortunately, I already have the production software and I've been podcasting for the last 5, almost 6 years. So my investment is my time. However, it is so frustrating when I'm looking at the sales. I'm like, why is nobody buying the pre-sale? Why does nobody want to come to like a super fun live event? I'm giving away thousands of dollars worth of product from brands I've partnered up with. Like, why isn't anybody purchasing? Is it me? Is it like the book? Like, I don't know. The sales are there, but the requests were so many. But now it's like, okay, it's here and nobody buys. And it's so frustrating. And even like huge New York Times bestselling authors like Gabby Bernstein and Marie Forleo and so many other women and men, like, this is why, like, pre-sale. When you have a book and it's coming out, in order to get on the New York Times bestselling list and all these other bestselling lists and also into like big major markets, you have to hit a certain number of pre-sales to prove to the publisher and to prove to the retail markets, not the publisher because they've already cut you a check, but the retail market that like, you're good to go. Let's pick up 1,000 copies. Self-publishing, totally different subject. However, when it comes to pre-sale, you're like, okay, I'm pushing it out, but like, no one is buying. So right now, my thought process is, I don't want to finish this book because it's frustrating. Because I wake up at 3 a.m. every day and read chapters, and it's just like every day I post, like, it's on sale and nobody's buying. So for the hundreds of you that requested, like, I don't know what to say because I'm just kind of feeling stuck at the moment. So I'm taking a break. And this is like when I get frustrated, and I was all fired up yesterday why I didn't want to record, but now today is a new day and I was in the gray. I'm not sure if I referenced that earlier, but in the Ed Milet and Jay Glazer episode on the Ed Milet show that I just listened to earlier, they were talking a lot. It was all about mental health and that how he's in the gray, and I was in the gray. So go listen to that episode for you to understand what that means. It's all about mental health. Anyway, that's the frustrating part about creating content, is that you're constantly creating shit. And I do what I love. I'm doing it for a reason. I do it because people need it. But like when I'm getting constantly requested for something and I put in all this time and I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm extremely scheduled and organized, like, and no one's buying, it's frustrating. Like, I'm doing it for the ones that have requested, but then they're not coming. So I'm like, maybe I just won't do it. But then I'm talking to other authors and they're like, you have to do it. Like, you just have to do the audiobook. Like, wait until you see the checks. Like, you don't know. Like, which I understand, but like for me right now, I'm always an open book and I always share everything that's on my mind on the show. Like if you're new here, scroll back to like the very beginning and you'll understand. But like I've never not shared, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like it's so frustrating because I'm just investing so much time and my voice, like reading these chapters like over and over and over again and producing them and make sure that they're like absolutely perfect for you. And then like there's no bites. And I'm like, why am I doing this? So I don't know. I got to figure that out because that's kind of where I am in my head. And it's really frustrating. So I wanted to just mention that I guess you could say that was my second or third rant today. But I always like to put a positive spin on things. So just to sum things up, if you know anybody online that is creating content, if you've purchased a book from someone, if you've listened to somebody's podcast, if you've gone to a small business store or a restaurant, like, I'm going to cough again, sorry. Leave them a review. It literally takes 2 seconds out of your life. You're at school pickup. You're sitting on the toilet. You're cooking a stir fry. Like whatever you're doing, like 2 seconds. That's all it takes. Seeing those and reading them means so much. And you can be somebody that's in the gray and immediately gets out of the gray when you read reviews. When I see that I'm trending in Iceland as like the top 4 podcasts, like that's absolutely insane. Like that makes me so happy. But like Iceland, where are my reviews? Like this is the frustrating part. Like I don't know what you want to hear more of. Like I don't know what you loved or hated. Like let me know, because especially when you're featured on Amazon Music, like that was unbelievable. And like, where are my reviews? Like, I want to know what you guys want out of the show. Like, do you not like this show anymore? Do you want new topics? The guests are coming. This is my last solo episode, by the way, because I've been recording with guests, but I wanted to do one last one because I feel like this topic is so important with the business etiquette and the sales etiquette and content creators and just the algorithm bullshit that's happening and just like reviews. I think it's really, really important that I got this off my chest because I'm not the only one. I talk to other business owners and entrepreneurs all of the time and other authors, and it's the same. So I'm speaking out for all of us. Let me just tell you that. It's not just me. And what else? I have 2 pages of notes in front of me because, you know, I will totally lose track and forget to tell you something super exciting. I'm just looking over them while you listen to the waves. Please hold. No, that's it. I got it. Okay. So 3 ways to support your content creator friends. Text them. Tell them they're doing a good job. Leave them reviews and share their content or posts or tag friends. Just do something nice. It's 2 seconds. Like hashtag 2 fucking seconds. Can we start that? Can we make that go viral? Because that's all we ever need. Okay? That's all we ever want. Like we all do what we love. Like we're so passionate about it. And so like none of us would be doing what we're doing if it was all about this, but it's like just nice to get a little feedback every now and then. Like engagement is down, so like let's bring it back to like blog posts and newsletters. This is why like when Facebook went down a while ago, while I was like screaming at people like, why don't you have an email list? Like you don't own social media. It can all go away. So I'm always sending emails to my newsletter list, whether it's my personal one or on LinkedIn, like always. And I get a hell of a lot more engagement there, like quadruple the amount in my email, in my newsletter. And I use MailChimp. It's free. If you want to incorporate any business tools or productivity tools or just like fun products that I love into your life, just go to kellyanngorman.com. The link will be in the show notes. And visit my brands page because there's a ton of discounts for you there. Like delivery services, business stuff, of course, Super Coffee, you can get $10 off. Like all my favorites. And I don't just like push these as like, let me make some money. I am an affiliate for them because I love their product and I've been using it for months. I don't mention anything on the show or post about anything unless I've used a product for at least 3 months. So trust me when I say that. And also, I'm sure you know by now that I'm the most high maintenance individual. So there's that. And when it comes to service, there's no way in hell I'm going to partner up with a brand if they don't provide like 5-star. So if you want 5-star service, like just go check out that page and see who I'm working with and who I am excited to share about on today's show. So going back to the pre-sale and the sale. So if you go to everythingismessy.com, I put this sale coupon code there, and I can't remember if it's 222 or 2222, 4 twos. I think it's 2. Anyway, check out the show notes because all of my business, LinkedIn, podcasting programs are all 22% off because of my last episode. So if you didn't hear that one, it's all about 222 and the power of numbers and why it's great to invest and the benefits of podcasting and LinkedIn programs and all of that. So if you want a little behind the scenes scoop on that, these waves are getting huge. Check that out. But I do only have 3 spots left for podcast development for the entire year because I'm shifting a lot of things, hopefully in the next few weeks and month, most likely then. So if you have been wanting to share your passion and your stories with the world, you want to monetize and market and expand your brand, or just start a side hustle, a podcast is literally the best way for you to do that. I've been doing this for over 5 years. I've developed more than 25 shows. All of my reviews can be found on kellyanngorman.com. Again, I'll link it in the notes for you if you want to seriously investigate me. I'm friends with all of my clients now because I've been working with them forever. And I'm obsessed with what I do. And I came into this business not knowing, literally on survival mode. I thought I was going to be blind and paralyzed. So at the end of the day, the only thing left I had to make money was my voice, my little voice box. I should say my loud voice box. But that's how I started podcasting, and I turned it into a full-blown business to help other people do the same. So if you've been sitting on the idea, now is the time to jump because I only have a couple spots left and it's on sale. It's something rare, very rare that I do, but I literally just want to max out these 3 spots and just be done. So, because I have more announcements to make, not just yet. So that's the reasoning behind that. And if you've been following me on TikTok, you see how much production work I have because it's all my Excel spreadsheets that I've been sharing. I'm obsessed. And if you need something to keep yourself organized as well, it's available. I think it's $9.97. It's something I created to track my expenses, my income, my downloads, my social media stats, literally everything for my business. But you can also use it for managing your household and your kids' events and expenses and groceries and bills and all that. And it's not even $10, you guys. So just go grab a copy, and then you can go to my TikTok and see how I'm using it at the moment. You can customize it with any colors, any way you choose, but it'll just keep you super organized. I did download the Microsoft Excel app on my phone, and that's just too overwhelming for me. I need the huge Excel spreadsheet in front of my face on my laptop, teeny tiny, changing the bubbles with the cells with codes. It just doesn't work for me, but I did try my best. But the Excel spreadsheet you will love if you're trying to get organized. It's super easy to use, and don't get scared and want to run away because of the formulas because they're not even there. So there's that. Anyway, the sun is setting. I will post a picture of this on my Instagram stories and on my TikTok later so you can see exactly where I sat recording this show. But thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate all of your reviews. So if you've purchased my book, if you follow me online, if you've listened to this show, all I ask for is for a review. It seriously means so much. And if you're in the gray, it sometimes gets you out. And I love using that. I'm going to use this reference forever. I'm going to message Jake Laser and say, thank you for this message. Oh my God, here comes the train. So that means this show must be 30 minutes. Yep, I'm at 22 minutes. So I tried to time that perfectly because the train usually comes 15-30 minutes and the train is behind me. Anyway, that is it. This is my last solo show, I should say, for a little bit because I have guests lined up all the way into mid-spring. I've already recorded them all, and I cannot wait for you to hear them. But if you have any questions about today's show, leave me a review or message me online. You can find me at Kellyanne Gorman Official on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and then Kellyanne Gorman on LinkedIn. You know where to find me at. I'm always on the internet. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Check on your strong friends and make sure you leave those reviews wherever you may be. Just one a day. It literally takes 2 seconds. Have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in to Everything is Messy, the podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard today, I would love to know. Just leave me a review on the app or website you're listening on. To learn more about myself, join the community, read my book, or shop the collection, visit everythingismessy.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up to receive my weekly newsletter so you get all my announcements first. For all the behind the scenes and day-to-day content, follow along on Instagram at Kellyanne Gorman Official and Everything is Messy Collection. Links are in the show notes. If you have a product, brand, story, or service service you would like to share, send me a message on everythingismessy.com today. As always, thanks for listening, sharing, and reviewing. It truly means the world to me. Wishing you a happy, healthy, positive, and productive day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Everything is Messy is produced and syndicated under A Million Dreams Publishing. For more information on how you can launch your own book, podcast, or digital series, visit amilliondreamspublishing.com.